Welcome everyone, Madman bringing another RSL video, and today I want to address the elephants in the room. Yes, plural, meaning more than one, so let's just dive into it. First elephant. Alright, so we just finished our inaugural Soul Chase tournament, and if you followed my video, I pulled 50 plus mortals, I want to say 5 immortals, maybe 1 internal, I'm not sure, and I did pull a few more mortals and a couple immortals afterwards throughout the tournament, and I did not even make it to the legendary tome. Actually, I'm surprised I made it to the void shard there. So 474 points. That's where I got. I was in 10th. I got knocked all the way to 12th in the last couple of hours there, but who cares? That's not of importance there, but 1500. Okay, so if you saw Scratch's video, he pulled what, 107 mortals, 5 immortals, and 2 eternal, I believe, or whatnot, and he barely made it to the legendary tome. Now on my free-to-play, through pulling and purchasing, not cash, but purchasing through their market here, I pulled 42 less mortals, I want to say 2 or 3 less immortals, and 1 less internal soulstone, and I ended up pretty much in the same spot he did. Now, you tell me, over 100 mortals, 5 immortals, and 2 eternals. So let's convert this over. Over 100 ancients, 5 plus voids, and 2 sacreds. And you didn't even reach the top prize. Not first place, but the top prize. The point system was terrible. This inaugural release of this concept, par usual from Plarium, sadly just not good whatsoever. And if you saw Ash's video, that was just painful to watch, hurtful. I mean, a lesson, don't spend on soulstones. Now, what is the big problem here? Alright, well, let's start off with Iron Twins. First off, Iron Twins. If you get any essence, whether it be the smaller or the larger essence, and these drop rates are terrible, you're lucky if you can get enough for 1 mortal soulstone a day, if you're lucky. Some days you might not. So, let's say, and since you can get double on Void Day, let's say you could get a total of 8 a week. Now that's spending $120 and your 6 normal keys. 8 a week. If you want an extra 8, you're going to spend that $120 every day. So that's what, 840 energy a week extra, plus 150 gems a day, which is 1,050 gems a week to get an extra 8 at max. An extra 8 at max. You tell me if that is worth it. You tell me if it's worth it. And this is their big dungeon for getting this. This is for getting stones to get blessings. This is your dungeon for that. So that's terrible. Now, and we'll scoot over here to Hydra. Alright. Now, you can get 1 to 2 soul stones for normal, 1 to 2 for hard, 1 to 2 for brutal, 1 to 3 for nightmare. So if your clan you can take down, say, nightmare, brutal, and hard, and you can top chest every one of these, at maximum you get 14. At minimum you get 6. Alright, my clan, we do brutal, hard, normal. Yes, we can take it all down throughout the week. Yes, on this account I can 1 key all 3. So maximum, I can get 12, right? 4, 8, 12. At minimum, 6. So wait, at minimum here, 6. At minimum here, 6. There's no bloody difference. And at maximum, I only get 2 more if I can do Nightmare. Is it really worth doing Nightmare? Now, let's look real quick at this. Alright, 430 to 500 clan coins, and then 40 to 30. I'm not sure exactly what all this does, but 5-star or 6-star epic, 5-star, 6-star legendary, 5-star, 6-star mythic gear. All right. And this chest will drop 11. Okay. So that's top reward on Nightmare. On Brutal, it will drop 10. So you're getting one less. But you still got a chance at 5-star or 6-star epic, 5-star or 6-star legendary, or 5 or 6-star mythic. You get about 10 less of, I'm not sure what this is. I know it does with the clan stuff, whatever that is. And then 130 to 100 less coins. So why is it even worth? Really? Is it really worth going for Nightmare for 2 extra soul stones and maybe 1 piece of extra gear? Maybe. Well, definitely. Of course, it might be some coins, so who knows? I'm dumbfounded. But the fact that you could potentially get, on average, you're going to get 8. So you're going to get just as much from Hydra as you are from Iron Twins and Soul Stones. That's pretty sad. That's not what Hydra was supposed to be about. But anyway, so your big dungeon there. What else did they screw this up? Well, they screwed it up right from the start. You could go in here, Paragon cheese it all the way to level 15. Yeah, did it take like 15-20 minutes? Yeah, but you could Paragon cheese it literally with one champ, and he didn't even have to, all you had to do was be booked and have just enough speed. That was it. That was the whole concept. And then you could sit there and cheese it. Did you have to spend a little more because, getting more masters so that you can actually do some damage and you could get it done in a reasonable amount of time? Okay, but you probably already most likely built up the Paragon anyway. Paragon cheese. What was Pelarium's solution? No, let's not nerf a void rare that has pretty much an infinite amount of unkillable, unkillable for 2 turns on a 2-turn cooldown, which is annoying as all get out. And faction wars or whatever dungeon stages that you happen to run across them, if you can't cleanse it off or kill through it, right? Most annoying. Let's not nerf him. Let's buff the boss so that he can start ignoring unkillable. That probably pissed Deadwood Jedi off to no end because he came up with 3, 4, 5 different unkillable comps for doing Iron Twins, and within a matter of weeks of doing it out, they just threw all his effort out the window. Alright, so there's no mercy either. There's no mercy on Soul Stones. So if you saw Ash's video, he got what? 12, I want to say? 11, 12 5-star epics. I pulled 1 on my free-to-play and got a 6-star epic. So you tell me. But no mercy on that. Yeah, they need to fix the mercy. The point system for it sucks. For me, I'm going back to, you know what, I'm going to pull my 10 as I get my 10 and go from there. Now, one thing I haven't decided yet, is it better to go ahead and purchase the soul stones and roll the dice and try and get what I get, or do I convert it to essence and as what I want pops up in the market, do I go ahead and purchase that? That I'm not sure on. Probably want to do an experiment on that, but it's going to take some time. What I can tell you is I started with a 4-star Mighty Ugo at the very beginning. He was going on right when they introduced this. I actually pulled a 4-star soul for him and hadn't even completed the fusion yet. And then I purchased the 5th one in the market. 2 6-star epics, which are my Inquisitor Shmaul and my Seer. Same thing, pulled 4-star soul for them, purchased the 5th and the 6-star for both of them, and if you watch my video, I sacrificed a 6-star Ragash, which is only worth 1/5 of what the 6-star Seer is. What kind of trade-in value is that? Souls are just piss poor value in this game. That's why most people want to do it. You want to push it, but people don't want to do it because it's crap. It's crap for your resources. It's crap if you're actually going to spend money. You've got no mercy on it. The points now for your system, and now let me give it to Pelarium for this. I hate to sit there and say slightly good job. Hey, they're doing this tournament where they haven't done it before, so you pull them soul stones, and you wouldn't have got any extra rewards. What did I get? I got a void shard, some energy, and whatever else. So, yeah, you got some extra rewards out by them doing a tournament. Now, the sacrifice for that tournament is now you have to save it up, and you don't get the joy of pulling them when you feel like it to get that little adrenaline rush. But there you go. That's my take on it. Just for the most part, you suck the whole fun out of the whole thing, right? And we're not even going to go into the blessings and how frustrating those have become at all. Now let's address the second elephant in the room. All right, if you just happen to catch HH's video a day or two ago, and the day before that was Scratch's video, where you could go in here to the Call of the Arbiter. If you had an iOS, i.e. an Apple phone, you could go in and you could enter this code chase in your PC. Then you could log in through the website, since they apparently don't let it on Apple phone anymore, and log in again and get double the rewards. Is that frustrating for me and those of us who are Android users, and don't want to bother family members or friends to sit there and log in our account so that we can do the same thing? Yes, it's frustrating, but don't hate on them for those who are able to do it. That's Polarium's mistake. It benefits others. I don't hate on people for when they pulled Eurogrim back when he was broke and busted good. And then I pulled him well after he was nerfed. Same thing with when they introduced Sand Devil, and that one guy could do it in 6 seconds all by himself, and people took advantage of that and farmed the living crap out of it. I don't blame them for doing that. That was Polarium's mistake. So Polarium makes a mistake, and if you're able to take advantage of it, why not? That's their mistake. That's their fault. And then they have to suffer the consequences for however long it takes to fix it. You go into Walmart and the Walmart employee screwed up and wasn't paying attention, and all of a sudden everything rings up $1, whether it was a $50 item or a $5 item or a dollar item. It all rings up for $1 because they just forgot to change the label and they were just popping labels on something all together. That's not your fault, and Walmart should suffer the consequences. Maybe they should pay their employees better or whatever. But anyhow, the bigger elephant though is the Krakens and the cheating scam. And I'm going to play devil's advocate here, right? Does it hurt me a little bit? Yes. They found a way to manipulate the system and benefit from it that I was unaware of or whatever. But apparently Polarium, from what I can take, I don't want to sit there and give too much kudos to Murder Inc. I watched his video, and of course Hell Hades did a little bit of it, but Murder Inc. went a little bit more. He claims that he let Polarium know. I think they knew before that. But what had happened was Krakens were going through a third-party VPN service. Whether someone started up a company or not, I'm not 100% sure on that. But basically, they were using a VPN service, claiming they were in a different country to get a better rate and buy the packs at a way better price. Now, according to the video in Murder Inc. there, say this $100 US pack, they could get for $38. By going through the VPN service. And what they were doing was purchasing it using Iranian currency instead of US currency. And heck, do you blame them? Let's see, for just more than $100 you could get all three. Or you get two of them and still save 20 bucks, 24 bucks, whatever. Do you blame them for doing that? I can't blame them. I mean, I kind of wish I knew about it, but, is it questionable? Yes. But here's my devil's advocate point. All right. Polarium apparently knew about this and knew about it for quite some time and let it go on. First off, let's get down to the root cause of this problem and the fact that Krakens got banned, and the fact that Krakens were using this system in the first place. Okay, these are ridiculous prices, right? It's 65, 65. I spent $100. I'd like a legendary. Even if it's a crap legendary, I want a legendary. I could buy 3 of these and still not get a legendary. And trust me, on my account, I could buy 3 of these and still not get a legendary. I am almost often hitting Mercy. It's stupid ridiculous. So $300 for a legendary digital champion in this game is ridiculous, dumb, expensive. So I don't blame the Krakens for being able to do this. But Plarium set up the system, and let me explain this, right? So instead of saying, all right, we're going to use the US dollar as our standard currency, and we're going to adjust it. Okay, the English pound is worth more than the US dollar, so this pack will be 90 pounds instead of 100 US dollars. I don't know what the conversion rate is, and the sad part is they probably don't want to mess with that daily, but whatever. Something within that reason. And I don't know, okay, if Iranian dollar or equivalent of US dollar is 38%, so that's, I don't know, about 220. So 220 of their dollars equals 100 of our dollars. All right, that's what they get charged that pack. No, they get charged 38. That's where Plarium screwed up. Different. So the rupee in India is cheaper. I don't know what Taiwan or the Philippines currency, but I'm sure it's probably less than the US dollar, so they're purchasing this stuff for less. You didn't make a standard across the board. And it doesn't have to be the US dollar. Ukraine, base it off the Ukraine, whatever the equivalent of a dollar is in Ukraine, and then the US might pay more if it's worth more, or pay less than Ukraine, and there you go. But pick one standard currency and then adjust it equally across the board. But they didn't do that. They went the opposite route and said, what's 100, in whatever. Well, apparently 100 Iranian dollars is worth only 38 US dollars, and that's how they sold it. Well, and the Kraken said, let's do it. You think it doesn't happen all the time? Well, I can tell you, here in the US, if you want clothing made and you want it made cheap, you have Chinese people sit there and make it and then ship it back to the US, and it's still cheaper than letting a US citizen make something here in the United States and sell it. Do it all the time. Companies do it all the time. Rich people do it all the time. And it's amazing how many products that we get out of China here in the US. Just raw steel, any kind of steel tools. I doubt we're getting any oil and gas, but microchips, even though most of that stuff comes, I want to say, out of Korea, but I could be wrong here. But, we import all kinds of stuff because the labor is a lot cheaper in foreign countries. And there you go. We do it all the time. Real world. So why is it offensive, a bannable offense for Krakens to do this? I don't know. What happened was, and this is my theory, but Plarium has known about this for a while. Now, you create a digital media, right? Let's pick a champion here. Going to Barbarians. You did Chronom, right? You spent 10, 20, I don't know, $30,000 making the design of Chronom, paying the artist. The digital people sit there, create these little animations, and whatever to spin it around, and then give him his skills or whatever, and whatnot, and skins, different skins if you want to do different skins. You spend that money. Now, once you spend it, it's done. It is done, and unless you want to change it, it is done forever and costs you no more. Now, that's not 100% true, right? Because you still have to pay for the servers to hold the accounts, people's accounts. So you got to pay for that. Of course, you got to pay for the electricity to keep the lights on and the internet. And of course, you got to have enough bandwidth for people to access their account and enjoy the game. But other than that, there's a few other little things there, right? You might have to pay for hard drives as they sit there and fail from time to time. Ethernet cables might fail from time to time. Heaven forbid an air conditioning system go down and your server room gets hot. Whatever. right? There's going to be oddball expenses out of the norm. But for the most part, we're talking pennies on the dollar or whatever. And then you've just got a repeatable digital media that anybody can purchase. So you could sell one copy or a million or a billion, whatever. But you created it digitally. It's unlike a real life artifact, right? I get the cotton to make a t-shirt, I get the ink to sit there and put whatever logo design on there, and then I got to pay the shipping costs to send it out to the customer, and I have to repeat that process every time for every customer that wants a new t-shirt. Whereas digital, I don't have to do that, right? I don't have to do that. The expense is way, way, way less. So you tell me. Now, they sit there in the crack and say, I don't want to pay $100 for that, but I'll gladly pay the, $76 and get two of those at the Iranian price. Plarium created that system, not the player. The player found a way to take advantage of that. Now, Plarium let it slide, right? If they've known about this for a year or more, they let it slide, right? Remember this good old thing here? Oh, we don't want to pay the fees to Apple, Apple Play services for games, or Google Play for games, to download these on the phone. I don't know if a lot of people even know that there's a Plarium Play that you can just straight install on PC. But they wanted to bypass giving some of the profits to the big boys. Well, the big boys found out about this, right? Microsoft found out about it. Google, Apple found out about it and said, oh, no, we want our share and you're skirting around it. We don't like this. So Plarium had to step up and do something about it. And what do they do? Well, let's ban some people. Otherwise, they'd let it go on for quite some time, right? Because, hey, you've already spent the $20,000, $30,000, whatever it took to create that digital media. And then if people buy the packs that allow them to get that said digital media, does it matter? Hey, yeah, I'd like to get the $100 price, but if they'll pay $38, I'm getting $38, because if they don't pay the $100, then I got nothing. So is $38 better than nothing? Yes, it is. And did it cost you $38? No, it might cost you 38 cents. So, hey, that's a huge profit even in it of itself. Would you like to get the 100? Yeah. But rich, like I said, rich people do this stuff all the time, right? They don't buy stuff at face value. They don't walk in and, they can, but they don't sit there and walk into the car dealership and pay them, retail price right there. No, 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 no. You haggle. Now, I don't know if other countries do that, but we do it here in the U.S. You don't walk in and pay the sticker price for a vehicle. It's like, oh, it's only worth this. These flaws. The manufacturer price is all this. So you either get extra perks put in or whatnot, but you're a fool if you pay full price. You're a fool. Sorry. They found a way to haggle. They found a way to haggle that the rest of us didn't. So I guess I'm a fool. And now they're being banned for it. Why? Because Plarium got called out by the bigger boys. And does Plarium want to sit there and take on Google? Nope. Even the parent company, do they want to take on Google? I doubt it. I know they're a huge, big casino gambling type company or whatever, but I doubt they really want to take on the Google or the Microsoft or the Apple, because those are the big, big boys. So what do? They said, we'll look into it, we'll ban some accounts, and that might be bad for them, right? Because they might I doubt they'll drop the price, but they might have to, because you got rid of your Krakens that are the ones spending the money, spending that $20,000 to $50,000 or whatever, $100,000 throughout a week on your game. Now, not one person, but if 100 people spend a total of $100,000, whereas the next 10,000 spend $100,000 on the game, and you just cut that out, you cut out half, and 1/10 of your clientele, but you cut out half of your profit, that's going to hurt. So how do you make that back up? Well, you better hope some new Krakens step in, or you have to drop your prices so that people that spend less are willing to actually spend their hard-earned dollars on your game and find some value in it. So there I have, play devil's advocate. Did the Krakens really do something cheating? You know, I don't know, what was it, Speedgate or whatever, but the third-party speed engine that allowed people to sit there and farm like Spider in 3 seconds, those people were cheating. That was cheating. That was specific software to help speed up the game so that they could farm faster and win tournaments or whatnot. That was flat out cheating. This, I think, is just finding a way to get a discounted price using the system that Plarium created in the first place. That's all that really happened here. So, did they cheat? I can't say so. Were they more effective with their money? Yes. Am I a little hurt that they knew about this and went around it? Yes, but this happens in real life all the time. Happens in real life all the time. And, the other thing, do you think there are rich people, middle class, and poor people in Iran, just like they are in the US, just like there are in any country in Europe, Asia, Africa? Yes, there are the rich, there are the poor, and there are a few scattered in between. So why do they get such a better price than here in the US? Is it okay to gouge Europeans and US citizens on this game, but not the countries that are, smaller populations or poorer? That's not really fair. So I guess, I don't want to say kudos to the Krakens for doing it, but there you have it. I have played devil's advocate. I have put forth, why did they really cheat? Did they not? You form your own opinion. I am not for them doing what they did. I am not against them. I want to remain neutral in it. Would I do it? No. Not necessarily because I would, have any qualms actually getting discounted prices from Plarium. I got no qualms myself doing that, but I don't know that I want to trust my credit card / financial information to a third party company through a VPN service just so I can get some cheaper prices in a game. That to me was the risky part. That was the real risk there. Not, hey, so, okay. Worst case, they got banned from Raid. They'll move on. Who knows? That might be the incentive to, invest their money that they might have spent in this game into, I don't know, a certain company that wants to become competition for this game. But anyway, there you go. There's a devil's advocate look from the other side of the coin. You make up your decision. Was this a good decision, a bad decision on Plarium's part? Was this a good decision or bad decision on the Kraken's part? And was any of this really justified by either side, or should be condemned from either side? Is anybody really innocent altogether in all this, or was this just a poorly managed situation in the first place? Like I said, I'm remaining neutral, but I wanted to present that to you, that thought process based on the information I am now aware of. I don't have all the facts, I don't have all the details, so I could be wrong in all of this, but it is what it is. There you go. Have a nice day.